We do not have Taking Positive Steps of Service Award tonight, but we are starting with a presentation from the FFA. Excited.
Go ahead, Joe. Okay. It's okay. If you guys want to go stand over there, that's fine. So we have two representatives from the FFA that are going to present about the national convention that they attended this past fall. There would have been more, but I think there was a rescheduling of a basketball game, so some of the people couldn't come to it. So I'm going to let you introduce yourselves, and then you guys get started.
I'm Natalie Kiefer. As well as going on the National FFA Convention trip, I also serve as the Vice President at the local chapter.
I'm Whitney Schoenberg, and I'm just one of the active members of the
Okay, so National Convention was the week across Halloween. I don't remember the exact dates. I think we go over them in the presentation, but it was over Halloween. And you'd be surprised with how many kids actually didn't want to go because they didn't want to miss Halloween. But we actually went with 8 kids, so we had a full bus. So here's who went. So we had Brayden, Whitney, me, myself, Josie, Alyssa, Sophie, Mava, and Eleanor. Okay, so we traveled down Tuesday. So we went to school Monday and then got up at 6 a.m. to get on the bus Tuesday morning behind the egg room. And on the bus, we go down with Columbus, Heights, Sauk, and us. So all of us get into a bus, and the bus, we gave this little nickname. It's called the Fab 4 bus. So it's like, I think we're going on 5 years of the Fab 4 bus. So our first stop Tuesday, which is at the Hitchin Post Farm. It was an alpaca and llama farm. I know what I learned is I didn't actually know. I could tell the difference between a llama and an alpaca, but I didn't actually know the difference between a llama and an alpaca. But an alpaca has like a more curly coat compared to a llama, and they both do spit.
I thought they both spit.
What I learned at the alpaca farm is that you can't be allergic to their fur or wool, technically, because there's like not a gel, what's it called?
They don't have skin oil like wool.
You don't have lanolin.
Oh. For both of them, or just which one?
The alpaca.
Oh, good to know.
So we got to see like before they like stretch it out and make it into like the strings and the yarn for the fleece. So we had a freshly cut, and then before they like weave it and make it into something. So it was like really soft. I think there was quite a bit of people that bought a lot of souvenirs here because they were so soft. And then our second was the Wildlife Center. I think this was a favorite on the trip. As soon as we got off the bus, we got back on a hay wagon, and we got to feed the animals as they were like coming up to us. So it was really cool. The only animal we could not feed was the camel because he would come into the cart and eat it out of your lap.
Oh.
Hey, what city and state did you guys go to?
Yeah, where was that?
This was in Illinois, but we traveled down to Indianapolis, and then we decided that one day we were going to go down to Kentucky. So that'll be in our further presentation that we usually don't go down to Kentucky, but this year we decided that we were going to mix it up a little bit, and we spent a whole day down in Kentucky.
Nice.
So, other than the wildlife, they had this like prehistoric dinosaur exhibit that you wouldn't expect to be here, but it was really cool to see all of that. As well as they had like a Star Wars, old Ninja Turtles. It was like collectibles on collectibles. Some people thought it was cool. I don't really get into that kind of stuff, so I didn't think it was as cool as Mr. Anderson, but I guess it was pretty cool.
He does look very happy though.
He was really happy. Yeah, we had a lot of fun getting to go as close as we did with the animals. As you see here, I'm petting like an actual bison as they're like crawling underneath the seats and stuff.
There's not pictures of it, but we did get to hold a snake, the group that I was a part of. So we got to see some reptiles, and we got to hold them as well.
Isn't that fun?
And then there was bunnies that we could see, and it was really great. bunnies were next to the reptiles. That was the best part.
They weren't,
In with the rest.
They weren't in the same.
Okay, you know what I'm
they were
getting at,
in
right?
the same area.
Okay,
So the snakes were able to look at the bunnies.
okay.
That was really cool.
And then we decided, we always stop at Cracker Barrel on the first day down in Indianapolis. And I know it's only one picture. I meant to take another picture, but Mr. Anderson and Braden were going at it in checkers. They were competition level, giving up dinner to whoever won checkers. It was competitive, and we totally forgot to take a picture, but that is like directly behind us. The checker match of dinner is going on. Wednesday. Oh,
Go back.
It has to happen at least once every time.
Yeah,
there's a
it happens
presentation.
all the time.
no, check.
oh, we skipped a lot of slides.
Yeah, we skipped.
So Wednesday we went down to Kentucky, and our first stop was a homemade candy shop. So they've been open for 60 years, making their own homemade candy. It started with the grandparents and then moved down to the current owners, and then we got to see the next generation making candy also. They were in their early 30s, but it was really cool to see that they still make the original recipes that they had back 60 years ago when they started, and we even got to taste the original recipe as they were making cinnamon.
They were making the cinnamon hard candy. So
I was just gonna ask, was
we
it hard
got
candy
it
or- yeah.
fresh, so they actually, whatever they made, they actually handed out to all of us. So we actually had it hot and fresh. If you weren't a big fan of the cinnamon candy, you got lemon drops that were made the previous day.
And you brought our samples you're gonna share later, right?
We did
She's like,
bring back saltwater taffy from this place, but it wasn't, because they don't put the preservatives in it that they do like when you normally buy it, so it didn't quite make it
So
this
that's
long.
why you didn't bring
That's
samples.
why we didn't
Okay.
bring
I get it.
We did have saltwater taffy to give out, and we checked a couple weeks ago, and the saltwater taffy wasn't what it was supposed to be anymore.
That's really neat though.
Okay, my favorite part, because if any of you know me, I am a horse fanatic. So I'm gonna say just a little bit, and then Whitney can take this over, so we get this meeting rolling. Because I will be here all night talking about this. So Churchill Downs, if you don't know, this is where the Kentucky Derby is held, and this was my favorite place. I don't quite get into the horse racing, but I loved every part of it. I didn't know that other than the Kentucky Derby, they run 52 other races. So it was really cool. So on a regular weekend, you can buy a cheap $10 ticket and go and sit in like the luxury suites and watch all 10 races for the day for $10. And on one weekend, it's thousands and thousands of dollars to sit in the same seat. So we got to meet some of the famous pickup horses that are actually in the Kentucky Derby. We got to meet some of the candidates that could, if they accumulate enough points, they could be in the Kentucky Derby. We got to see 3 live races while we were there. And then on top of that, we got to see the Kentucky Derby Museum. And I forgot to mention, but at the Cracker Barrel, we started collecting pennies. So in between our slides, you can see that we started collecting pennies along our trip.
So we did get to be in the gates of where they released the horses. We got to be in the gates, and we would get to see how they would get
On a
released.
horse in the gates?
No,
Oh.
no, they would not actually let us do that, sadly enough. But yeah, no, we got to see the gates. We got to be actually in the gate area for the Kentucky Derby itself. We got to see the entire big one. So that was really great.
Oh,
It holds up to how many horses again?
It holds 18,
18 horses.
but they usually only use the 12.
So usually on the non-Kentucky Derby days, they do the 12.
They'll use the
Two.
18,
Oh.
and then the Kentucky Derby, I think the only age was 12.
Oh.
So we got to see that, and that was really cool. But the museum, we actually got to see a movie in there, so we got to see how it was done. I think it was on Secretary or something.
Secretariat.
Yeah. So we got to see how that horse did, and we got to see everything on that.
It was a big documentary, but it was on like a 360 screen, so you got to sit in the middle of it and watch it go around. And my only con to that day was it was downpouring.
It looks like,
I mean,
it looks
downpouring. In between every race, they would take like 30 minutes just to like soak it up with these sponges that they had on the tractor because it was raining and pouring
They
and
soaked
pouring.
up the dirt track?
Yeah.
Oh.
They have like big sponges on these tractors that just go around and it tries to like suck up all the
Oh my
water.
gosh.
It took a lot of time to get all of the mud because then the sponges would push it all to the outside because they only run on the inside. It was really crazy with how many tractors. There was like 6 tractors going around for 30 minutes straight just trying to get all the water off.
Oh, wow.
Because then the next day they had another 10 races and they can't just keep pushing it back. Otherwise it's like 40 races on one day. So that was really cool. And then we ended the day at Joe's Crab Shack. This was Mr. Anderson's favorite place. He would not stop talking about this when we went. It was Joe's Crab Shack. Guess where we're going next? Joe's Crab Shack. And so we didn't quite get enough pictures of our meal, but we did end up dancing. This was the first time at the Joe's Crab Shack that they've ever seen a group of 40 kids get up and dance. They've never had 40 people get up and dance to music, line dance, and just square dance, and they've never had that before. But all of the teachers are sitting here.
I was just gonna say, well, it's Wisconsin, right?
Wisconsin.
And then we got the other half of the restaurant to join us, and it was just a big party in the restaurant.
Fun.
Thursday. Oh, oh.
Food. Nom nom.
Okay, so Thursday was our first day at the Convention Expo, it's at where the Indianapolis Colts play. So back, like when my parents were in FFA, it would switch between Kansas City and Indianapolis, but we outgrew Kansas City, so now we're only in Indianapolis until like 2041. So way before I'm out of FFA, it'll still be there. And Thursday, it was a special day where me and Josie got to go on to national stage and receive an award on behalf of the Lodi FFA. We were ranked 3 stars nationally, which is the highest ranked you can get for a chapter. So that application started way back in April of the following year. So when I was a sophomore, we started this application to go to the state level in June. And then we got ranked 3, which is the highest in the state. So then we got moved on to nationals in November to then receive the highest national one, which was really cool. I've never been on national stage before, and it was really cool. Bright lights, lots of people, but it was really cool. Oh, we got to have a dance party with the Colts mascot, Blue. He got to join us in our pre-session dance party. That was really cool. And then we ended the day off at Dave & Buster's, like we always do, having fun.
He was having a good time.
Do you want to explain that photo?
Okay, so the normal person who would always sit right next to the bus driver stayed at the hotel, so then Mr. Anderson got to sit up front and help our bus driver get there. So he
looks very
so
excited,
happy.
yeah.
And did you get there?
Yes, yes, he did.
So the bus driver is the captain, and then we have the co-captain and the lieutenant. He's been the lieutenant for the last 4 years and got moved up to co-captain. He was really excited. And no kids went missing, so we were good. Mr. Anderson did what he was supposed to do.
We found him next week.
Yeah.
And then Friday was another day at convention. This time we got to spend more time in the expo, where Thursday we spent a lot of times doing sessions and listening to guest speakers and stuff, but this time we got to see the expo, which is colleges and businesses, and there's like workshops and leadership things that you can do. So me and Josie here are posing with our officer positions at the big FFA booth. That's just history and the history of the jacket and what that industry was before we called it the FFA. And you want to explain some more photos?
So this one was to get a pin, I think. So we had to make a
It's a bison.
bison with our hands for the photo, and it was kind of hard at first, but then we actually got us to do it, so it was really cool.
Now we can be part of the Colorado University. Now that we know how to do
Okay.
it.
So Brayden was our only boy that went, and our great idea was to surround him. All of us girls surround him like penguins do.
It was really cold. It was really cold.
The penguins. That's awesome.
So that's was our idea.
I'm sure he
It was
hated
really
Yeah, I'm
cold.
sure.
We were all cold. We didn't bring coats or anything, so we decided to do it like penguins do for a funny photo. And then we finished the night off with a rodeo. We do this every year, and I think this is the best year it's been. Everybody had so much fun. Mabel, Eleanor,
Bless
and
you.
Alyssa found a singer that sang the national anthem as well as a song that he wrote himself, and they got to take a picture with him after waiting a huge line. They finally got the picture they wanted. And everybody had such a fun time. And I don't know if anybody knows, but there was a pro rodeo. Usually there's no professionals there, it's just kind of the rodeo circuit, but there was a pro rodeo. T. Parker was there, and everybody was so excited. I think this was the best rodeo I've been to, so it was really fun. It is only FFA members.
Oh, wow.
Oh, that's cool.
Did you guys pack your cowboy hats to take with?
We
or-
did.
Yes, we did.
Wow.
You would be surprised, every seat underneath the seat was filled with cowboy hats because everybody needed to bring their cowboy hat to the rodeo.
That's awesome.
And some of us were even lucky enough to buy one while we were down there. So we took some bus photos. So while we were down there, as you can see, Brayden got a new neck pillow while he was down there and had the best slumber of his life on the way up. And then these are some photos that we took on the bus before the rodeo. So we just had a lot of fun. Here are some extras.
That's okay.
We have some really funny photos of just Brayden being Brayden and sleeping on the bus. What I forgot to add is we play bus buddies on the bus where, depending on who you're sitting next to, they'll roll a die, and those are how many seats you have to move and meet your new best friend for the next hour.
Oh, fun.
And then in the next hour, they'll roll it again, and you have to meet your next best bus buddy.
That's a neat.
That's a great idea.
Yep.
So was the kangaroo on the bus?
The kangaroo was not on the bus.
Sadly, no.
That's all I got. Thank you.
You guys
Okay.
did awesome.
Good job.
So how many people are in FFA? Do you guys?
So what's special about FFA is anybody who's in an agriculture class is automatically signed up to be an FFA. So as many people as there is taking an FFA, or an agriculture class is how many people are in FFA. So we have like 200 to 300 kids that
Oh,
are in
that's
FFA.
awesome.
Active members, we have close to about 100, so.
It's a good reminder because I remember I used to get, my kids all were in ag classes. And I'm like, why am I getting FFA stuff at my house? They're not in FFA,
No, after you
but
said
sure
that too,
enough,
I
yeah.
forgot that
Yeah.
my voice did too.
Yeah.
You guys did awesome. Like
Yeah,
that
Yeah,
was
you
so fun.
Didn't just
Like,
give a presentation, you told us the whole story, and
Yeah.
that was beautiful.
It
Thank you.
was. It was
And
awesome.
3 stars.
3 stars.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yes, you are.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Thank you guys
Wow.
for coming in. I really
Yeah.
enjoyed that. Thank
Yeah,
you.
Heather, you wanna take a picture? We should take a picture. Why don't all four
Sure.
board members go?
That's all.
Oh, okay.
5 board members.
We got
I stayed in my way.
but that's cute. Don't trip on there.
No, I won't. Oh, yeah, that's really up and down.
learn that this year, what the
That's-
difference was. That was really fun.
Yeah, a lot.
There was a lot of difference.
Future.
I have a lamb that's lambing currently.
I was the president.
Yeah.
I had it.
Thank you.
Obviously, we don't have any public input. All right, well, that was fun.
Oh, sure.
I kinda wanna go.
I know, I like the thing about
But we get to go to convention next week.
move 3 seats. We could
I-
do that during
I
delegation.
grew up in Madison, so I don't know that any of the Madison schools back in the 80s had FFA.
No.
Probably not.
So, yeah.
Well, we should be as good at taking pictures of convention as they are, and then we can show how much fun we have, but we're not very good at that.
We'll
I don't think
make,
they'll be as cute either.
No.
probably not.
We could all get hats.
Yeah.
Cowboy hats.
Yes. Okay, so consent agenda items. We have our minutes. We have our vouchers. We have a fundraiser request for girls soccer. We do not have any fundraiser reports, and we do not have any field trip request. We have our facility and finance committee recommendation for the network cabling at our elementary and district office. And nothing under other. Resignations, we have 3, long-term 7th grade math substitute teacher, assistant middle school track coach, volunteer softball coach, and no retirements. And under co-curricular, we have a head softball coach, and then 2 assistants and a volunteer. Girls soccer coaches, we have a head coach, 2 assistants, and a volunteer. Golf coaches, we have a head, 2 assistants, and a volunteer. Track coaches, we have a head coach, 2 assistants at 2 assistants and an assistant at 80%, 50% assistant, and 2 volunteers. Middle school track coaches, we have a head coach and 3 assistants and a volunteer, and we have a volunteer SAPS advisor. And under community program for crew, we have 4 crew volunteers. Under regular staff, if my computer catches up, we have long-term special education substitute assistant and long-term 7th grade math substitute teacher. And under personnel, we have 4 pay or leave without pay request.
I'll make a motion to approve the consent agenda as presented with the addition of the approval of Chrissy Clemens as crew volunteer.
I'll second.
Motion by Terry, second by Sarah Ramish. Any more discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes 4-0. All right, we have our administrative reports, and we are going to start with student services.
First of all, the Lodi School District completed the correct phase of the procedural compliance self-assessment. All of our identified errors have been addressed and resolved. This process includes contacting parents, reviewing those errors, and discussing appropriate options for correcting those errors. The next phase in our self-assessment involves closely monitoring student records from January 15th through April 15th to ensure that ongoing accuracy and compliance. The DPI will review a sample of student records created during this time frame and beyond for kind of our last step in the audit. Next, in December, Lodi joined 4 other schools for Wellness Day at Just a Game Fieldhouse in the Dells. This event was designed to introduce students to a variety of activities, encourage those recreational participation, and promote lifelong wellness. Students were able to take part in a wide range of physical activities and also were able to participate in some informational sessions like nutrition, blood pressure and heart health, and also eye and vision care. And I just want to say thank you to all of the people who collaborated to plan and carry out this successful event. I've listed there all of the people that came together to organize this event, in addition to all of the teachers and staff who supported students throughout the day.
Sounds like an awesome day, too.
And lastly, the Lodi School District completed the Family Engagement Survey, which is part of Indicator 8, and measures the percentage of parents of students with IEPs who report that schools facilitate parent involvement during IEP meetings. This data is collected every 5 years, and the survey has 3 different sections: a welcoming environment, respectful environment, and supportive environment, and really focuses in on whether schools treat parents as equal partners, communicate in ways that are clear, consider parent concerns and priorities, and provide opportunities for parents to participate in that decision-making process. The table below shows all of the percentages on the number of parents who responded and indicated a rating of 3 or above, so agree to strongly agree on the survey. And our school district had about 20% of our parents of students who have IEPs participate in the survey. I want you to know too that sometimes it's nice to be able to see kind of that longitudinal data. So what was it like 5 years ago? What was it like 5 years before that? Unfortunately, I'm not really able to show you that because they change the questions pretty much every time we give it. So there could be some comparisons along the way. And we can obviously dig into that if needed. So we will be taking this survey in some of our upcoming professional development pieces. Obviously, there are things that we did really well, and of course, there's always things to work on too.
That looks awesome. I mean, like you said, there's always room for improvement,
Yeah.
but I think it's really impressive.
What do you
And
think
I love
about
that
this?
the parents and the teachers are obviously trying to work as much together as possible for the child too.
Why do you think, Adria, that the school staff include my child's hopes and interests for life after high school in their educational program? I think that got a 0.
So I kind of have two thoughts.
Yeah.
So first of all, I think that in some measures of parent participation, we see the most participation with some of our youngest kids.
True.
So high school is a very long way off for that. And I also think we just use different language during an IEP
Yeah, because I was
meeting.
gonna
We
say-
use language like, what are their strengths, what do they
Right.
wanna do in middle school or high
Right,
school
right.
or after school? So
Yeah.
I think that we just use a little bit different language.
Yeah, because when I was in IEP meetings, that was always, to me, that would be not a 0.
Yeah.
But I think it's the language, yeah.
Thank you. Lodi Primary School.
Good evening. So pictures from the winter concert, it seems like forever ago, but just some highlights there. We have started our assessments for our winter reading assessments. Today, the teachers began to do the reading readiness screener. Any student that does not fall at that 25th percentile, next week we'll be doing some diagnostic screenings to go with that. And a part of this, we'll be working through our next round of WIN, as well as putting together reading plans for any of the students that need that. So busy time, as well as starting to get ready for the report cards that'll be here at the end of January, where we'll be finishing those assessments as well. As we came back to school last week, the teachers were working on some different refreshers through our PBIS of expectations in the hallways, bathrooms, recess, cafeteria, and so forth. It was really neat. We had a local artist, Steve Hovel, stopped by the primary school early December, and he had this picture here of this reindeer, and he just said, I'm wondering if your students would particularly like to see this, and I said, absolutely. And we actually, we had a shelf that has always been there, and I just put it there, and the kids just absolutely loved seeing this picture. So he came, he just dropped off for a little while. I had his picture there, put in the announcements, and then he took it away. He said otherwise it would have just been on his wall there. So it was kind of a neat little way to showcase some local art that's going on. With Pillar 4 District Workforce, we've been doing some different just staff climate building activities. We did an activity called Is There a Bell in Your Pocket? Which is fun. All day the teachers had to try and see who had a bell, and at the end of the day they earned a little prize there. And then we had a wrapping challenge as well. So, and then the last thing is just the 4K Roundup. We have in the past, we've done 4K Roundup in January, and it's tricky because the kids that are coming to this, they think that school starts like that next week. And so it's really hard, and for parents too, like that's a long ways to wait. But I don't want kids to be able to come and then be disappointed, so we thought let's push it a little bit further back. So it is March 12th. We've got a lot of people already signing up. They can scan that QR code. It's on Facebook, it's on all the different areas, but we're looking forward to that. So families come for a 1-hour session to hear about our program and get a chance to see the classrooms and meet the teachers. But looking forward to our future 4K students next fall.
That's awesome. So cute. Thank you.
Yeah.
Our student report.
Yeah, okay, so this is also a little time before, but before break, students have the opportunity to decorate their homeroom doors with some holiday spirit. Each homeroom was given random supplies that they had to use. Below are some most memorable doors that were selected. And the catch was everybody had to contribute to decorating the door. So, you know.
So every single person in the homeroom had to do something?
Right.
Okay.
So it could vary based on like, I want to be really involved in this, or I'm
Yeah.
just going to cut a snowflake and you can
Yeah,
tape it on the
Just
door.
plaque
So,
that on it, yeah.
I'm
But,
dying to ask my son what he did, I guarantee.
Show the pictures. Don't point it
One
out.
thing or something, but.
yeah.
So do they all get the same supplies, or everybody gets different stuff?
They're about the same supplies,
Okay.
but like, we had letters that were like cutout letters, so they're different letters.
Okay.
Because it was just different.
That's fun.
That was nice of you guys.
Yeah. Our high school FFA program, which we saw earlier today, hosted a blood drive on December 10th. With many, many donations, we were able to help save 123 lives. This was such an incredible opportunity and honestly really brought our students together to support this. You know, you can always see people leaving class being like, I have to go do this. I have time. So, I don't know, everybody really got involved and it's something we really like to do.
That's awesome.
And the middle school has it this week, right?
Friday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Moving on, we had a Cocoa and Cram on January 7th. That's put on in words, oh my goodness. It's put on by the Link crew, where freshmen go to study in the Commons and receive help from some upperclassmen while drinking some cocoa and some snacks.
Fun.
Along with just regular assistance with schoolwork, Link leaders provide helpful study tips for the finals, which are this week.
Yeah.
In addition to Cocoa and Cram, we also had a new program this year put on by Jay Domus. It was a SAPS Club project. It was called AP Power Up. So this is, Cocoa and Cram is specifically for freshmen, and like help getting their study tips, and how to foster, you know, healthy studying and how to do that for the years to come. But AP Power Up was more directed to upperclassmen who are in AP classes, and they could go and have specific intervention time dedicated to that AP class.
That's awesome.
Because those classes are typically more difficult and have more things to study.
Yeah.
So that was also a very successful.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Emily. Lodi Elementary and OSC.
Hello, board. Thank you, Heather. So a couple things just wanted to highlight. Again, kind of similar to what you heard from Amy. It's we're gearing up for our winter assessments. Also, just really proud of staff in December, the way that they handled the extra excitement and energy that comes with that time of year, and how they also understood that the importance of still some consistency in routines, but also having some fun as well. So I highlighted some of that for you. You can see we still got some work done, but we also had some fun. So those are some students in classrooms. Again, just appreciate to the fact that this district focuses on the amazing work that happens in the classroom every day.
Sorry to interrupt, but you had a crazy 5th grade teacher with some really interesting dress.
Yeah, we
Loved
have
it.
we have some interesting people who work in our building and so, who embrace that excitement. I think there's a large elf in one of those pictures. We also were able to enjoy some time outside as well, and we also had a former Lodi student who is now an author come and share her book Fickle Pickle with our school, and it was just really neat to see, first of all, her former teacher be able to see all the work that made a difference in her life. As teachers, you don't always get to see that, especially at elementary school. And to see some of that come full circle was a pretty special moment. But then also to see our students' interest in writing just really blossom, seeing what this person, Megan, had to share with us. So very grateful that she came. And then also wanted to highlight, as we came back from winter break, there's a few things that we do every year. We go over some of our expectations, remind students about that. Also remind them about just some of the things that we view as kind of our core values, and how we treat each other and how we embrace learning. This visual of success is one thing that you will see around our building a lot. We understand that being able to be our best, which is our theme for this month doesn't mean it's just a smooth road. It means embracing challenges because they help us learn. I know that Mr. Jelnick's going to share a little bit about this, but the mock trial team, special thanks to them and the members that came over and helped share what determined to be the best looks like. Students love hearing from me. No, they would much rather hear from high school students, so I appreciate their help bringing home this theme. And then just some reminders that we kind of remind students about as well. And then taking care of our workforce. So the month of December, every Friday, we try to give staff a reason for continuing to come to work during that month. And special thanks to Deanne and Kathy in the office for helping me with the gifts that I get staff. These are some of the gifts that I got them, or the gifts that I got them this year. And then we had our Spirit Week dress-up days. It's just a fun time for staff and students to have some holiday fun together. So, thank you.
Thank you. Lodi Middle School.
All right, good evening, board. Under Preparing for the Future, I want to highlight our middle school blended agriculture program. Michelle Howe runs that, and it's actually a class, but it's run outside of the school day, usually in the morning. Sometimes they do after-school trips. But one of the things they've done recently is put together their EdRack hydroponic garden system, which is a mouthful, and that was donated by Rain Hydroponics. And what students will do with this is they'll learn about plant growth, they'll learn about sustainable food systems within the real world, and also they grow actual lettuce for our lunch, which is amazing because then I eat it almost every day. But thanks again to Michelle Howe for organizing that opportunity for that class.
Are they still using the other tall one too?
Mm-hmm.
Wow, they're putting out a lot of produce.
Yeah. Next on to Nurturing the Whole Child, we had our all-school assembly. We played, this is the second annual game of wall ball, and it's a great opportunity for our grade levels to compete against each other. We start our day with this, and we usually do this the day after Thanksgiving break to really just make it exciting to come back, to see everybody, to an exciting event.
Can I just say that those pictures, some of them are obviously just candid, and everybody looks so happy. It's not like a fake smile, so that's pretty awesome that you guys.
Yeah, the wall ball is, our assemblies are fun. We had student staff volleyball last Friday. That was a lot of fun too. I'll have pictures next month. Congratulations to our choir and our band, and thank you to Ashley Gilbronson and Angela Roberts for their outstanding work. They do an amazing job with our kids, not only getting them to a high level of skill with their music, but they also do a great job of creating an inclusive environment. And I just want to acknowledge that our middle school choir has 87 students and our band has 204 students.
That is awesome.
Huge.
Really awesome.
Stay in there.
And that happens because of what they do with kids and how they are able to relate to them and create an environment that is really inclusive for everybody. Next up is the Preventure program. So the school district of Lodi and actually the whole community, we worked with the community action Lodi Community Action Team back this summer and looked at our survey results for the Youth Risk Behavior Survey. And one of the things that we had looked at is mental health and also substance abuse. And so we're going to implement a program called Preventure. And this is an evidence-based program that is designed to prevent youth from starting substance abuse. The program is offered in a workshop-style model where there is 30-minute sessions. And these sessions are going to be facilitated by Brian Bilsey and Sarah McChesney. So how the program works is all 7th grade students will take a survey. And based on that survey, they will be it's basically a personality survey, but it goes into how do they respond to stress, emotions, and decision making. And from there, we will utilize that data to create small groups of students to work with to support through the use of this program. And again, it'll be 4 30-minute sessions that those groups will meet. And the goal is to delay or reduce alcohol or drug use, reduce conduct problems and bullying behaviors, decrease victimization, and delay onset of anxiety and depression symptoms. So that's something we're doing for the first time this year, so we're excited to have that opportunity to try to be super proactive about supporting our students.
Sounds great, especially for middle school.
That's 7th grade is
tough.
Perfect.
Yeah. Kickoff for winter break, I want to thank Angela Roberts. She opened it up to the choir students to come sing carols in the morning while everyone entered. And if you want to see anybody that looks more awkward when everybody goes in the building, and then like an 8th grader walks in and there's people caroling and they're the only one there, and they're just like, don't look at me, stop singing. It is like their worst nightmare. Right, but,
funny.
I had fun with it. I don't mind seeing them sweat a little bit.
Did you join in?
Oh yeah,
Okay, good.
I sure did.
Really loud singing when there's just one kid.
When there's one, then you're really crazy about it.
That's
I'm really
right.
excited to see you. Congratulations to our students of the month. One of, our middle school sayings, work hard, be kind. And these students make Lodi Middle School a better place with their kindness. I want to say congratulations to Teresa Olivis Cruz, Josie Bame, Eli Cameron, and Evelyn Whipperforth, and thank them for all their kindness that they bring to our school, which makes it a great place. Santa, I just want to highlight, Patty Nelson brought in her therapy dog dressed as Santa during, before the winter break, and it was amazing, so I thought you would like to see that. Blood drive is this Friday. There's very few appointments left, so thank you to the community and for signing up for that. We look forward to hosting that event this year. And then district workforce, I want to highlight teams each month. So one team that we have in our building is the Staff Wellness and Appreciation Team. They go by SWAT, and they actually do like this, is like their SWAT like little thing. But what they do is they really just try to organize things to create a positive culture inside and outside the building. This Thursday, we're actually going to Geeks Mania in Madison, and if you're not familiar with what that is, it's an arcade with like old school arcade games, so I'm going to be definitely going to that one. So thanks to Allison Juntonen, Hallie Jelinek, Amy Christensen, Sarah Hook, Hunter May, Sally Chapman, and Paula Tong for their work on this committee. They also organize birthday celebrations once a month, just some treats in the lounge and things like that. So, which is just really about creating a positive culture for our staff. And then I want to highlight the student celebration team. This is a new team this year, so our staff, every year we survey the staff on like, is there any area in our building where we need a committee? And last year it was decided that student leadership is an area that our building needs to grow. So this is our first year of that. So really our goal right now, we're focusing on like, how do we develop leaders in our school? How do we purposefully develop leadership to impact our school culture positively, but also as a life skill, so when they leave, they have those leadership skills. And I want to thank Patrick Walsh, Hunter May, Mike Myers, Brian Bauer, and Katie Homuth for the time they've spent on that. And we look forward to, we've really only spent this year building a vision for like what this may look like, and basically like focusing on like when students leave Lodi Middle School, like what skills should they have as a leader. And then we're hoping in the spring to have some either activities or some teaching around some of those ideas.
Awesome. Thank you. Lodi High School.
Thanks, Heather. The first thing that I have in the board report, we do have a really good partnership with Madison College, just like many of the high schools in our area, whether it's the STEM Academy or dual credit opportunities for our students. But just recently, we had an opportunity for some of our students to tour Madison College, and specifically within the trades. You can see that they learn about HVAC, welding, CNC machining, bricklaying, and so on and so forth. I wanted to thank Adora Belsey, who is our transition program director for 18 to 21-year-olds. She kind of led this, and then Dave Bowles and also Corey Clemens from the primary school. So she had a couple of her sons that attended, so they had an opportunity to do that. So I thought it was a great opportunity for our kids to see some things related to Madison College and also in the trades. So Eric mentioned our visit to the elementary school, so I thought it was awesome that Eric reached out, and it was fun for our mock trial kids to be able to go over there, because they're very much leaders. Some of the things that they have to do in a mock trial competition is unlike anything our athletes or even people up on the stage have to do. So I appreciate the fact that they get a leadership opportunity. We're able to go over and talk to some of the elementary kids.
This weekend, it's in Baraboo, right? On Saturday?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
That's the Lodi tournament, but we
Okay.
host it at the Baraboo courthouse.
Okay, at the courthouse.
Next is writing for publication. I just wanted to write a little bit about this class. I know one of the things that we talk about are the videos that they create, but I think a lot of people out there don't know that they actually have a publication. It's not a paper anymore, it used to be a paper, but it's an online publication, so I put a link there, and you can see some of the articles. If you really look carefully, you can see some of the articles in that picture. But they put that out there every month, and I just wanted to mention that's something else that they do just besides the videos.
Do you know how many members are in that?
I think we have 20 right now.
Awesome.
20 kids in that class. I did want to mention holiday concerts, so we had holiday concerts just like all the other schools, and I wanted to thank Noah McKay and Kate McCrae for getting their students ready for it. If you've been to a holiday concert at the high school, the Hallelujah Chorus is pretty cool, where a lot of alumni and some staff members get to go up and sing. I also wanted, it's not in here, but I wanted to thank Jason Marshall. He serves as our PAC director. He's also, if you know anything about being an associate principal, he's really busy with a lot of things day to day. So many times when he has concerts from the primary, elementary, middle school, and then also the high school, he has to go into his office and just kind of pick up the pieces some days because of all the other things that happen. I try to help as much as I can, but I appreciate all the work that he does in the PAC. 12 days of holiday cheer. This is something I think even when Dr. Breinig was the principal at the high school, they did, and we continue to do it. And our admin assistants do it all. Pam, Jill, and Lynn, they put it together. They don't just buy stuff, they craft it up. Like, they put things together, and then they put them in mailboxes, and they spend a ton of time getting things ready. I did want to mention the Lodi Lake, Wisconsin Chamber of Commerce and the Booster Club donated a bunch of stuff for a raffle for one of our staff members, so I appreciate them. Emily mentioned something about advisory and the holiday door decorating and the blood drive. I did want to mention something about the blood drive, and yes, we're saving a lot of lives. We're also giving scholarship opportunities for our students, so we have 2 more drives coming up, and right now we have earned $1,000 worth of scholarships, and if they continue to get to their goal, they'll earn up to $2,500 scholarship for one of our students or several of our students. So thank you, Mr. Anderson and the FFA students. We mentioned something about Link Crew, Coco, and Cram. You can see our Students of the Month. We're going to actually celebrate our Students of the Month for the month of December tomorrow morning. And then the Athletic Booster Club Rock the Gym. This is their biggest fundraiser. You can see all the details there. First starts at 4:30 with JV Wrestling. And then we have varsity girls and boys wrestling, and then we finish up with varsity boys basketball. We like to have a lot of people there because, again, money that they raise goes right back to our students, which is awesome.
There's always amazing raffle prizes too.
Yes, and all that is donated, so
Yeah.
it's great that people have an opportunity to walk away with something, and they spend a lot of money, and we raise a lot of money for our kids. First semester finals, that was mentioned. There's the schedule. One thing I want to mention, and I sent an IC message out to parents, is it is open campus. So that means during lunchtime they can leave to go to lunch. And some of them like to drive a long ways for lunch, so I tell them you got to drive safely and you got to get back in time. We do let the Lodi police know just to keep our streets safe, and I even tell the kids that. The Lodi police know you are out and about, so be on your best behavior. But then we do have 3 days of finals, and then finally, I like to put that in every month, and that's Audrey Parpart's, all the wonderful pictures she takes of all of our co-curricular activities. You can see the link there and check them out. And that is high school.
Awesome, thank you.
Thank you.
And Nick is, oh, you are back there hiding. I didn't think you were here.
He's so quiet.
Okay, good.
He is quiet.
Because I was like, oh, we're not gonna be able to hear about it, but now we can. Okay, good.
Just the first is highlighting, just before break, I was able to do some of the educator evaluation, observations, and starting out at the primary school. Was able to just see a lot of great things going on there, a lot of programs and systems that we put in place a few years ago, continuing on, and a lot of cohesion throughout the entire school. So wonderful things happening, and I believe I'm on to the middle school next. After that, spelling bee, it's that time of the year, so board members, our spelling bee, our district-wide 5th through 8th grade spelling bee, where we try to narrow down to 2 finalists that go to the regional script spelling bee. That will be conducted tomorrow at 4 o'clock, I believe is the time that starts, at the PAC at the high school. So the classrooms for 5th through 8th grade have all conducted their local classroom bees, and they have their top spellers, and Eric and I did a little training session with the 5th graders, because they don't know what they're walking into yet, but,
So how many kids are in it then tomorrow?
for 5th grade, we've got, is it 10?
Yeah, we have 10.
So you.
I know, I'm like nervous for them.
How many do you have per grade, Derek? You know, it's around 10 per grade, so you're looking at about 40.
Okay.
Will be there, so it'll be a good
That's exciting.
time.
Yeah, my oldest was in it.
Next, just highlighting right after break, we had some literacy training going on for some key members of our our primary school and OSC staff. Really, you know, we've gotten so good, I believe, at phonics and phonemic awareness instruction at our lower levels, and this is really an opportunity to dig in deeper and talk about how we can continue to improve in areas of teaching students deep comprehension and also improving our writing skills at those levels. So we had some reps from curriculum associates who are here and looking at some materials with us and digging into that. And then lastly, it's just a thank you. You may recall that this board made a decision a few months ago, earlier part of this school year, to make some adjustments to our substitute pay scale and include some mechanisms that really highlighted people who are coming with, that were retired educators from our system, or individuals that were subbing, and once they hit 25 days within our system within a given school year, that their rate of pay increased as that. I won't know until the full school year has gone by and I can reflect on an entire school year's worth of data, but I can just tell you right now, the fill rates that I'm currently seeing compared to the months, October, November, December of last school year and the year before, we're seeing increased fill rates. And then also every Friday, Emma Newmeyer, our sub-coordinator, and myself, we go in and we just review, okay, who has hit that threshold within our system. We really just send them a thank you notice, and we alert them and alert the business office when they've hit that threshold and their rate increases. We've received a lot of positive feedback back from that. So I just want you to know, as a board, that decision, I think, is paying dividends for us, for our subbing.
It's not easy to be a sub.
I'll say we appreciate
It's
the
not an
subs.
easy job.
No, we appreciate
No, it's
them.
not.
Yeah.
I did it for a while.
Thanks, Nick.
So if anybody out there listening is interested
Yeah.
in being a sub, you can contact us here at the district office.
And once you get to what is it, real quick? Once you get to 25 days,
It's 25 days, the rate of pay increases.
so 25 days, the rate
Okay.
increases, so, just mentioning that. Thank you. Okay.
Okay, so, LCAT, Brian led a 40-minute Narcan training for 12th grade students, teaching them the signs of an opiate overdose and how to use Narcan. He also highlighted the One Pill Can Kill campaign. You guys, I love this. This is, and what happens is it really impresses upon high school kids that you go off to college, or even in high school, you're trying to cram, you're trying to do this, somebody says, well, I have an extra Adderall, I have an extra whatever. You don't know that that's what it is for sure, and maybe that person doesn't either. And the other thing that can happen is maybe that isn't gonna go very well in your system anyway. So, and I said, that is why, people always said, well, how come somebody can't just give somebody an Advil at school if they have one and that child doesn't? This is why. You don't know what's in the bottle, what it's gonna do, even if you weren't trying to be stupid, something can happen. So I love this One Pill Can Kill campaign.
Well, and the Narcan training is huge too. Obviously,
Right.
we can't tell how many lives are being saved,
No.
but they are saving lives by doing that.
But the One Pill Can Kill campaign should be also for people who are out in bars,
Yeah.
et cetera. I mean, there's just so much there. One can do it.
Yeah.
So warning about the dangers of counterfeit pills containing fentanyl. 91 students participated in this important training. Thank you to Dr. Breinig and Mr. Jelnick and Mr. Marshall for supporting this life-saving training. ALCAT partnered with Kinship Mentoring of Columbia County and the elementary school to implement the Lunch Buddy program at the Lodi Elementary OSA. The Lunch Buddy program is when an adult from the community is paired with a student and they meet over the lunch hour twice a month. Not a big deal. Not that often. Sarah is one of the Lunch Buddies herself. Currently, there are 8 Lunch Buddy matches. We are excited to see the program grow. If you want to become a Lunch Money, again, Lunch Buddy, not Lunch Money, Lunch Buddy, just call the school or the district office here. You can talk to Eric about it. And all you got to do is fill out a, what am I trying to say?
Background check.
Background check.
I have a question on that. Does the high school still do lunch buddies? Way back when the twins were in
We do buddies, but it's not very
elementary.
much. It's
You
like-
mean,
Right.
like with elementary?
Yeah, the high school students. So my son was paired up with
We call it
Andy.
little buddies, but it happens during intervention period.
Oh,
Right.
okay, cause it was
That's Little
it was
Buddies.
during
And
lunch.
Mrs. Pauls does some.
Oh,
She does
okay.
that too.
I was just curious,
Fifth
Yeah.
grade and with OSC.
cause I know it was a big,
This is
A big help with Hunter.
specific for lunch.
yeah.
Because you know, a lot of parents come in, or people come in, grandparents come in to have lunch with kids. Some kids don't have people coming in, so. And you know, if you go in as a lunch
Oh,
buddy
it
in
was-
the primary school
wasn't
or the
lunch buddy,
elementary
it was
school,
big buddy.
everybody's gonna gather around you, and you became their friend anyway, so it's just the way it is. The Lodi Wrestling Program is hosting a wrestling tournament which will be held on Friday, January 30th, 2026, from 5 to 8 p.m. at the Lodi High School. LCAT is partnering with the Lodi Wrestling Program and the Prevent Suicide Columbia County Coalition to promote 988. That's the call. Text, and that's the suicide hotline. Crisis lifeline at the tournament. A lot of people don't know that 988 is that number.
I think that's great that they're partnering with the.
Okay, the hope is to raise awareness about mental health and suicide prevention. Brian and Sarah met with the high school leadership group on their December meeting. Brian and Sarah introduced themselves and discussed how LCAT can partner with the leadership group moving forward this school year. Sarah is part of the school's wellness committee and introduced the Little Heart Project. The purpose of the Little Heart Project is to spread hope, love, and prevent suicides by placing crocheted hearts and tags that have a positive quote and the phone number of 988, the call, text, and chat suicide and crisis lifeline in each of the school buildings. Please plan to attend our next LCAT meeting, which will take place on Wednesday, January 21st, 2026 at 9 a.m. in the district office. Okay, yeah, I love that 988 and the little heart thing, because students should have that in their pocket.
Yeah.
Because you guys hear people going yap, 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 or it's on social, on the thing, and, yeah.
It's a more real problem than a lot of people expect it to be.
Oh, yeah.
So.
Yeah, people at 10 o'clock at night, you might look at your something and somebody's put out there, I'm feeling, what do you do?
It's also on the back
988.
of every student's ID.
Oh,
Oh, is it?
Yep, the high
awesome.
school.
Awesome. All right, thanks, Terry. District Administrator Report.
Yeah, I only have a few things. Everyone else has covered things so well. Just a reminder, we have a board administrative retreat on January 26th at 5:30. We'll do that at the high school.
Is that a Monday night?
Yes.
That's the Monday after.
A couple weeks. Community Viability Team has been meeting since September. If the board remembers, we put together this group back in March or April, June, I think, actually. June. We met our first time in September. We've met 5 different times. The group will be bringing back a recommendation to the board at our next meeting. So they will be coming and doing a presentation here in February. So really appreciate all the people who've come and the amount of time and energy they put in that project, which will help drive, I would think, our first agenda item, some community survey that may come out of that. And finally, just a reminder, with the end of the semester here on Friday, Monday is Martin Luther King Day, but it's also a work day for staff, and all of our district offices and building offices will be officially closed those days.
All right, thank you. President reports. Happy New Year. The new year can bring about many emotions, pressures, and can be a sign of beginnings and endings. Make sure everyone does not put too much pressure on yourself with resolutions and unreachable goals, but at the same time, use this opportunity to replace bad habits with great habits. Set aside time for yourself and what's important to you, and be grateful for being able to be present in 2026. Personally, this one is a hard one for me. 2026 is the last year of me being a Lodi School District parent. Seriously, I'm not taking it very well, so please keep me in your prayers. Lodi School District has provided me with many chapters of my life, and this ending may be the saddest for me. I've been so honored and proud of my Lodi School District titles and trying to be positive and look forward to my current and new Lodi titles, including being a Lodi School District board member and a Lodi District grandparent. One of my favorite things of the year is coming up next week. Yes, you guessed it, Wisconsin School Board Convention in Milwaukee. It's a great few days of motivation, inspiration, and being reminded of how great our district is. Like always, I am greatly appreciative of the district and community for giving us board members this opportunity to attend this convention and to grow and learn in our board positions to be the best we can be for the district. I'll be sure to give some highlights and updates in my next board report. I know everyone will be on the edge of their seats waiting to hear about it. Don't laugh.
No, I mean, I don't know that they're on the edge of their seats,
I think
but
they are. I think they are.
so. Okay.
I'm waiting for my pens. If I get my
I would like
pen
to wish
station.
all of our students, teachers, and staff congratulations on almost being done with half of the school year. Students, make sure you finish strong and start the second half of the school year with positivity. I want to thank our teachers and staff for keeping our schools motivating, welcoming, and making our schools the best environment for our students. Our district is working hard on our upcoming referendum and making sure that our district is going down the right path for our community. Between our strategic plan refresh, our community viability team, an upcoming community survey, so please participate, numerous discussions, looking over data, and being transparent, our district wants all community members to be as informed as humanly possible about our upcoming referendum. Please don't assume the worst, keep yourself informed, and remember that we are all doing the best we can. We know that our district is so incredibly important to this community, and we don't take the decisions lightly. Lodi is a great district and community, and we understand that working together is the only way to give our students the best education possible. All right, and moving on to our community survey. Upcoming community survey.
Yeah, as the board
Everyone
looks ahead
please
to a
listen.
potential future referendum planning, one option commonly used by school districts is a community survey, as Heather mentioned, which gathered structured feedback and data. To support that discussion, the administration has gathered proposals from two vendors, School Perceptions and the Donovan Group, both of who have experience conducting school district surveys. Both proposals offer similar core services, but there are some key differences for the board to consider, including cost, survey methodology, data interpretation, and survey controls. One proposal relies heavily on mailed paper surveys to all households with built-in controls to ensure each household can only respond once, while the other is primarily an online survey promoted by mail and communication materials. There's also some differences how vendors approach their benchmarking, community education, and such. The Facility and Finance had a discussion about the surveys and reviewed both proposals at its January 6th meeting and unanimously recommended moving forward with the School Perceptions to conduct a community survey related to future referendum planning.
Well, and I was not able to go to the Facility and Finance meeting last time, unfortunately. But looking at this, I mean, I think there's several things, but the biggest was that it wasn't just online. I thought that was huge. Like,
That's
we need
huge.
to have both options.
Well, and looking back, I wish we didn't have the names, on sort of the breakdown of what was there.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
because there was some discussion about
Sure.
one of the vendors
Yeah.
and, both of them really, but, yeah, I mean, it seemed,
Pretty
yes,
obvious.
it's more, but
We're
there's
getting
so
more.
much more that they are able to do, and it's
Right.
not.
You won't end up with questions
What did you
later.
use? It's not, I mean, it's not them, it's, they have no skin in the game,
So,
so.
School Perceptions and Donovan Group would both say the same
Right.
thing, right? Their
Right.
job is to gather data. Their job is not to pass a referendum or fail. So
Right.
they will see, if they tell you that if, your community is saying, if you ask this question, it will pass, and it passes, they see that as, yep, they're being accurate. If they give you information and said, your community will not pass this referendum, and board decides to do that anyhow, because boards do that, and it fails, they also see that as a successful survey, like your survey told you exactly what they're
It's
gonna
right,
do.
the
So
survey.
that's successful, they have no horse in the race, right?
Yeah.
It doesn't, they're just trying to help you gather data.
Yeah,
And
right.
one thing that's nice about having professionals do these survey is, it's really hard to write survey questions, A, that aren't biased, right? And secondly, that gets you the information you want. Because I'll ask a survey question. I've done this before. Like, I'll reach out to neighboring districts and ask like a couple questions, and I get it back. I'm like, that didn't help me at all. I didn't ask the question the right way, and then people were able to answer in different ways.
Yeah.
And it didn't provide that information. So, again, we're just looking to gather the most information possible and give our community input, right? And that's a big part of how we have input through this process. I agree, having a paper survey, my parents don't live in this district, but I know if my parents got an online QR code, that's as far as it would go. But if you give them a survey, they will fill it out.
Right.
And
And
they're
I'll
voting.
guarantee, they're also gonna show up and vote.
Yes.
So I think the statistic that I was given was 70% of the people will do the survey online, 30% will return them via paper. However, for those over 65, it's opposite. 70% of those people will return them by paper, and 30% will do them online.
Yeah,
So I think if you want to make sure you're getting everybody,
yeah.
I think it's important.
And
So-
then that was explaining, cause I kinda said it without
Yeah.
people realizing, but obviously the two bids, one of them said, we're gonna do online and paper, one just said online. And so right there, I was kinda like, that's the deciding factor for me.
The other piece that I really like with, school perception is that gatekeeping piece where, yes, we want,
Yes.
you know, we want a high number of responses, but you don't want somebody taking, you know,
Duplicate.
10, 20, 50, you know,
Yes.
of that one person doing
Yes.
it and manipulate. Not that people are gonna, I'm not saying, I'm just
We want everybody's voice.
hypothetical, we want
We
everybody.
don't want
Yes.
that trust issue
Yeah.
to be there.
Right.
Yeah,
Okay, I'll move to approve using school perceptions to survey the community about the upcoming referendum.
I'll second.
motion by Terry, second by Sarah Ramish, any more discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes 4-0. It's weird saying 4-0. I keep,
It is,
it's a
isn't it?
4, it's a 4-0. Our open enrollment limits.
Yeah, at the January board meeting, we're required to designate for the following school year the number of open enrollment regular education spaces by grade, the number of open enrollment special education spaces by programs or services. The administrative team has reviewed the spaces and recommendations are attached. The administration recommends approval of the open enrollment limits as presented.
I'll move that the criteria outlined in Board Education Policy PO 5113, Open Enrollment Program, and as required under SPI 36.042, Wisconsin Administrative Code SPI 36065 and A, and Wisconsin State Statutes 118.51A, the Board of Education for the School District of Lodi hereby adopts the administration designated regular and special open enrollment education spaces for the 25-26
It should
school
be
year.
for the
27.
26-27 school year, next year.
For the typo.
And I'll second that.
Adam, you sound like a robot for a little
Yeah,
bit there.
it's a kind of a robotic thing.
Yeah. Motion by Adam, second by Terry. Any more discussion?
I just have a question now. I forgot to ask this earlier. So like sixth grade, I mean, some of these have like quite a bit. I get like 4Ks half day, so that would be enough. Sixth grade's quite a bit, so we wanna get them in because of the staff that we have. So if we don't take in that many people, we could potentially have an extra sixth grade teacher, if that makes sense.
No.
Do you understand what I'm trying to say? I know it's not coming out quite right. I should really ask ChatGPT before I ask this question.
No,
Don't
do
ask
it.
Derek.
You know how I feel about AI.
So I put 19 down there because we have five sixth grade teachers, and our room capacity is about 24. So if we had 120 divided by 5 is 24 kids per class when they're in there.
Okay.
So right now there must be 101 kids coming into the middle school, so each class will have about 20, which is a very
Okay,
nice size class.
okay.
Okay, so there's room, but we're
Okay.
fine as is.
Now that you explain it that way, it makes complete sense. Thank you.
Perfect. Any more discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes 4-0.
I do have ChatGPT help me with emails and stuff, and just even
Okay,
texts
that's fine,
sometimes.
that's fine, just make sure it's not hallucinating.
No.
Solar financing option.
Let me pull it up. So we talked about this at our facility and finance meeting. In December, the district had to pay a 7% prepayment to Upper 90, about $170,000 for design and engineering work in a solar project to document project progress prior to January 1st in response to potential federal material sourcing concerns. The proposing finance partner tax exempt leasing companies indicate the district could be reimbursed for that payment, which that reimbursement then being rolled into the lease, or the district could just use it as a down payment and choose not to be reimbursed, which would reduce the amount financed, which overall over the course of the 15-year term would reduce, would save the district approximately $71,000, $72,000 in interest. So the Facility and Finance Committee reviewed these options, had quite a lengthy discussion about it, and recommended a 2-to-1 vote to seek reimbursement from the leasing company. As I shared,
And it wasn't a strong
no, it was
two-to-one vote either.
So
Sarah and I are both on that committee.
Yep.
Would you say that we should just ignore that vote because it could have went either way?
It could, yes,
It was just like,
yes.
yeah, so just ignore that.
I mean, yeah, it was not a strong 2-to-1. It was.
Or the reverse.
Or it could have
So-
gone the reverse
Yeah.
way. I mean,
So
it just.
if we keep it as a down payment and they don't reimburse us, we save money in the long run with interest. So what's the pro of getting reimbursed? In your discussion?
When the project was approved, we said no money up front kind of thing. And so now this would be money up front.
I see what
And
you're
so
saying.
that's why we had a long discussion.
Yeah,
Because now we're putting money up front, and we said we weren't gonna put money up front.
okay,
But we have the money to put up front, it's in the account.
yeah,
And then we save
And
money.
you'll save
That we
a
went the other
lot
way.
of money.
yeah.
$70,000 is a lot of money.
But,
Over 15 years.
but, then the argument could be made, which we talked about too, is, you know, what if, you know, we know we're gonna be going into a referendum, you know, what wouldn't that money, if we don't get reimbursed, what would we not be able to pay for with that? Does that kinda,
Yeah.
And if we don't pass a referendum, right, it's a whole nother
right,
nightmare.
so, I mean,
Yeah.
we looked at it from
Yeah.
all different ways.
the argument the administration would make is we wouldn't be paying for interest. That's the money we would be, that's the savings. we'd be
Yes,
Yeah.
but then the
I
argument
get
again,
it. Yep,
yeah,
I totally
was
understand where you're coming from.
we, you know,
Yeah.
said no upfront money.
Well,
you
then,
know.
as a board, we
As a
voted on
board,
that.
that's how we
And so as
voted.
a committee, we didn't
Right.
want to override
Right.
that vote. So if
Right.
if the
Wanted
board
it-
says.
We wanted to
I
have
just wanted to
otherwise-
bring it to the board,
Right.
basically.
Yeah,
I'm all for paying stuff off personally, but that's kind of where I stand.
I
But I
normally
get
am,
what you're
I
saying.
normally am too, and I mean, I did not come in, and I just want people to know, I did not come into this based on how I voted at the committee level.
Yeah,
You know, cause it really is about discussion and, you know, yes, pay stuff off, it's less interest that you're paying in the long run.
yeah,
But that's a big chunk of money, and I'm a big what if and a worrier. What if that money is needed at a future date for something else and then we don't have that? I mean,
Yeah.
there's that argument too.
yeah.
I wanna do,
But
I
then in the
wanna do
long
what's
run,
right.
but then in the long run, that 70,000
I know,
will be there, you know?
Right.
So yeah, it's both.
but there could be
it's good.
100 and some thousand not available because
Yeah.
we didn't get reimbursed.
Yeah,
But you also
So-
be reducing your annual payment,
Yes.
right, by
Right,
$16,000
by
a
a
year.
lot.
So that will be free.
and obviously I'm
Money as
always
you go
for,
along.
we voted on a certain way,
Right.
but obviously circumstances changed a little bit and now we can save money, so I feel like,
Yeah, we had to make the down payment, like, there
Yeah.
was no question
Now
about
we
it.
have
Yeah.
Right.
That was the
information
piece that
we
had to
want.
happen.
Right, but understand that we as a committee didn't want to override the board's
Yep,
vote.
right.
But
No,
This
right.
board is now here.
That's why we're
We
here.
can
Yes,
vote however we
that's-
want.
yeah, no, I appreciate you guys.
I mean,
discussing it too, though.
we really
Well, and we've
went
always
back
talked
and
about.
forth and kind of struggled, like, I mean, I even said, what about, you know, sending it to the board without a recommendation?
Yeah.
You know, we've done that
Yeah.
before.
Well, sure.
But no,
Well,
I
these are
appreciate all of
really,
your.
these are the two choices.
I appreciate all of your discussion though, I mean, that's what we've always talked about, the committee is, they get, you know, deep and dirty and discuss things, and I appreciate that.
And then you
And now you can
in-
come here and kinda say, well, this is what we
Right.
were talking about, so.
And I mean, I really want to do what's right for the district, which is, you know, the district, the students,
Right.
the taxpayers, the community. I mean, I want to do what's right for everybody.
Yeah,
So based on what we just all said, I'll make a motion that the district not be reimbursed for the invoice payment to Upper 90 and instead apply this money as a down payment to the solar project, which provides long-term interest savings to the district.
And I'll second that.
motion by Adam, second by Terry, any more discussion? All in favor? Oh, okay.
Yes. Were the cash flow were the worksheets, is that what we had asked for?
That's what I said we would get, because we were still working on interest things, we got those on Friday.
Okay,
So we added
so,
them.
So it is in here, right? Yeah.
Two PDFs.
sorry to hold up
No,
the
no,
vote
that's
and
fine.
hold
That's
this
what
up,
the
but-
discussion is
Yeah.
for.
No, I know,
It's-
because we had asked for that, so we would be, in the long run, what is
Be
2061 minus 1974, that's the savings we would have in the long run, right? And it's not extending us out any,
It wouldn't extend us any further, it's still a 15-year lease.
So the numbers of, the size of the solar is still being determined, right, and all that kind of stuff, so these numbers aren't perfect.
Nope.
They're just approximations, but the amount of savings with these numbers is $71,690.95.
but I'm confused on the two different spreadsheets now, and somebody needs to just explain it like a
So if you-
kindergartner to me.
If you pay that money up front,
Yeah,
that's less money you have to pay over time. It's like prepaying your mortgage,
so
right?
which,
You're putting a down payment down.
so because the production numbers are the same, but
Right,
the
'cause-
lease payments are different.
Correct.
Jason, you wanna?
Can you help me,
Let
cause
Jason.
I'm,
Sarah, so the two cash flow spreadsheets you're seeing, you can't really use that column for the actual savings which will occur. We have
Okay.
to use an amortization schedule.
okay,
Which we don't have in here, but the cash flow, what you're seeing, there's a couple other variables in there, such as the, let's say the accounting services that will need to be paid, to get the federal tax credit and other things that go
Right.
into that. So you can't see that direct savings, but it is included in there. There's just some other variables. So you'd have
so
to
our
use
lease
amortiz-
payments are gonna be higher or lower? With,
It'll come down to ultimately what,
or I can't really,
the finance rate gets agreed to at, and also what that ending,
Right, but
principal
based
will
on the
be.
current numbers, the
What
current
I used was an
estimates.
estimate on those original numbers of
Right.
the sizing and where I was at in negotiations at the time of the memo being.
Right.
so,
So the payments will be less because you're
Right,
putting
so-
money down in the beginning.
and I'm also looking at that net number, cause the net number, and I know these aren't solid numbers, it's just for a guesstimate until everything's finalized, and I get that. But the one with the higher lease payment, is that the one,
The one with the higher lease payment is gonna be the one that, where we're getting reimbursed.
Because you're not putting money down, you have to pay more every year.
so we're paying out though, then a little bit,
More on an annual basis.
Would this help, Sarah? So if you're buying a
can
car.
I bring this over?
No, if you're buying a car and you give them money
Yeah,
up front, they'll charge you less every month.
No, I
Because you gave
know.
them money up front. So that's the same kind of thing.
I'm just really feeling a little stupid here, I'm just,
If you
Being
don't, if you're buying a car and you don't
I'm
give
very
them
confused
money,
again, I understood it at,
Okay.
the other night. But now I'm just, do you know what I'm struggling with here?
No.
Looking at it, can I show you? So this is what I'm struggling with, is this. So, okay, oh, here we go, cause the lease payment, that is getting,
So like here are the years we're gonna have to pay, after that, we're in the positive, right? The money that we're saving is going to be more than the lease payment after, what, 2030 here, right?
Right.
So these becomes positive to the district. So net to the district, starting in 2030, is actually, we are getting money back.
so this is reverse, see,
Yeah.
that's what I'm, so this is
So these-
reverse, cause
these
this looks like
parentheses
it's.
are negatives. That's negative,
So
negative,
that's what we're
negative.
paying out, is the
Yeah,
negative is what
yeah.
we're paying
We're gonna have
out.
to pay that, but after that, the utility savings will
Right,
be
right.
more than what we have to pay for our lease payment, so we will have a
Right,
positive to the
so
district.
then what, this one though, is this with,
So this is if we don't get if we get reimbursed.
Okay,
So then it takes us much longer.
Much longer, okay.
It takes us to
I got it now.
2033 or
Thank you.
2034. Yep.
because the negative and the positive are actually reversed of how I was thinking.
Yeah.
I got it, thank you. I
Yeah,
told
you're
you I
welcome.
needed it
No,
to
it's
be
okay.
like,
We just wanna make sure you're clear.
I am very clear now and I'm good to vote.
All right. we can
Any
vote.
more discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion passes 4-0. Sarah never apologized
No.
for questions.
No, I know, it's just,
No question is a dumb question, they're all needed.
no, I know they're not, but
Yeah.
I just have to get it right in my head.
Our WASB resolutions.
Yeah, so each year, the Wisconsin Association of School Board receives resolutions that, from districts across the state that will be brought before the WASB Delegate Assembly at the State Education Convention. That gets delegates from around from schools around the state the chance to vote on proposed resolutions. Each district selects a board member to represent the district in this process. Lodi's representative is Sarah Ramish. The board members were given the opportunity to review these resolutions, and then share whether or not they support the resolutions through a Google survey. All 7 board members completed the process. The results of the survey are in board docs, but the survey, the board's supporting 11 resolutions, with 5 being supported unanimously, 6 of them supported 6-1, and 1 of them being supported 5-2. The board voted against one of the resolutions by a vote of 4-3. The board can really choose one of 2 things, right? We can just say, have the delegate follow the information that was shared through the Google survey. Just follow it. You guys have voted on it. This is where it is. Or if you want to dig into any of these more and have longer discussions about them, you sure can as well. So it's up to the board.
So I'll make the motion to let the delegate vote as they see fit, because
Yep.
that's just the.
Well, wouldn't I vote on what our responses are?
Of course.
Sorry, I
Yeah.
shouldn't
But
be
you-
interrupting your motion.
But you will
Yeah.
also, yeah, so that's the motion.
Okay.
to let it do it. But you will also be there, and something will come up that we haven't heard, and so you
Right.
have to
You have to be able to.
use that as
I
your
think-
best judgment.
Oh, motion's on the table.
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
not a motion, there's not a second.
You can have is there a
Does someone want
second?
a second?
I can second that.
Okay, motion by Adam, second by Sarah Ramish. Any more discussion?
I think the biggest one, though, is the decoupling.
And I think there'll be a
That's-
lot of discussion there about that.
And I'm wondering if there's not gonna be discussion Tuesday night
There will
at that
be.
pre.
There will.
Don't
Yeah.
worry.
And you added something for us on that decoupling.
I did, so
Makes sense.
there, just so the public know, for one of the, this is the first time I've seen this, so there are 2 resolutions that are exactly opposite of each other.
Yeah,
That's
So
right.
somebody has put forward resolutions saying, we should decouple, voucher schools and public education, the funding should be decoupled or
Separate.
separated. There's another resolution that says they should not be decoupled, which is the way it is now.
Which means that the public school gets money and then we give it to the,
Right.
give it to the voucher schools.
So the board voted in support of decoupling 5-2, and the one they voted against, the one that failed was
Coupling.
keeping them coupled. So as they talked about WSB, how they're going to handle this, is right now, one of them is how state law is, right?
Yes.
They are currently coupled together. So that is, I think, resolution number 11. Resolution 10 is to decouple.
Right.
If resolution 10 passes, 11 goes away, because you just passed to change it. If resolution 10 fails, then you'll have a discussion about 11.
Right. And the reality that I think everyone should know, these are suggestions.
Right.
By the Wisconsin
Right.
Association of School Boards. They are totally just suggestions.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean that any legislation will change at the Capitol.
Yeah, there's no legislator sitting there taking notes.
No,
There's no.
no. I mean, there's,
there,
you
no.
can sit for 3 hours and listen to these discussions. And, I mean, it's good because, I mean, maybe it will show how a trend is going or whatever, but there's really no power in it when it comes to it.
So that's the nice thing about you guys all voting on it, because you just kind of know, we don't have to
Right.
spend a lot of time on it here
Yeah.
either.
So the resolution, so the decoupling, so the decouple, don't do that, then keep them coupled. The way I read it, the second, and we had a long discussion at CISA 5 about this. Number 11 is you're gonna keep them coupled, but anything that's private must now take money from taxpayers and from the state. It can't be just state funded anymore. And so and again, we couldn't agree on what was written there and how it was written.
I hate
The
the
backup
stuff
information that
written
you gave supported what I'm saying, and other things supported, but I got a feeling on Tuesday, the people who put this together for number 11 are gonna say, I think a lot of people got it wrong, and this is what we actually mean. But that will all come out Tuesday,
Right.
and you'll figure it
Tuesday
out.
night.
We'll be hearing it.
Yeah,
So that's why I voted. Otherwise, it would have been one more negative vote on 11, but
yeah,
I think it's written a different way. so.
yeah.
We'll see.
I'm not appreciative of how it's written.
No,
I have
it's-
to read these things 53 times.
I know.
Oh my gosh.
I
To
know.
make sure that,
Well, and the reality is, some school districts in this whole state of Wisconsin have very different makeups of
Yeah.
their families and their students and their whole, so there's different feelings about different things and how it's gonna work for different groups.
yeah.
And it's quite amazing to sit there, it's a real educational process to sit there and listen.
The amount of money that impacts the taxpayers, the local
Yes.
property taxpayers, is huge. So in Lodi, it's $187,000, right? That's a lot of money. In Wisconsin Rapids, it's 4.2 million or something like that. And
It's
it's
bigger
like
than the referendum they're asking for.
crazy amounts. So some places it's way higher than
Yeah.
other places, so, yeah.
Well, thank you for doing that, Sarah.
I told Terry I would take that away after
I did it.
observing last year.
Crazy one.
I did it for
I think Terry
14
was really
years.
glad that I said I would do
I think everybody should know not to have to do it more than 2 or 3 years. Just
Yeah, I
done.
mean,
Well, and
it was interesting. I mean, it was very
It's very
interesting to sit
interesting.
in
You learn a lot.
and, you know, you do learn a lot.
But you also miss out on all the other things that are
Yeah,
going on
yeah.
for, you know, the different
I get it, yeah.
presentations.
I
'cause
do
you're there all
realize, though, I
afternoon.
don't think we did have someone volunteer to be a backup, though, yet, did we?
I
Yeah,
did.
Terry
Terry
is
is.
the,
Oh, you are the
Terry's the
backup?
volunteer
Okay,
backup.
okay,
Yeah, yeah,
thank
yeah.
you. Okay, perfect, because I was
Yep.
like, ooh, we gotta make sure. Okay, so are you going Tuesday too?
Mhm, Tuesday evening.
Okay. Well, thank you, guys.
Yeah.
Any more discussion? Okay.
What is
vote-
the
you
what is
vote
the,
on it.
what was the motion?
So
vote.
you make the decision on which way
Yeah.
to go on
To-
this.
When that, okay, because
Yeah.
that really is just
And based on what we,
what we
What
find
we
out
kinda-
Tuesday night.
yeah. Right.
Yes,
Yeah.
okay. Perfect. Got it.
So, all in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes 4-0. Thanks again for doing that, because I did go with Terry a couple times, and it's draining.
and that was just an idea.
It's interesting. It's
Yeah,
very
It is
interesting.
interesting, though, and if I am there Tuesday and on time and all that, I plan on joining you ladies, but we'll see. That means Heather has to be on time. It's a tough call right there.
No migraines.
Our board self-evaluation,
Yeah, all board members completed and submitted your annual self-evaluation. The results have been compiled and uploaded in the board docs for you. Overall, the results indicate the board rated self highly across most areas and do not appear any rating scale areas that require immediate attention. The only items that collected related score below a 3 were attendance at WASB workshops and meetings, which are hard to do, visiting school, right, which are hard to do, and
Next year.
attendance at school-sponsored programs and activities. Board members also provided written comments, and a clear theme of these comments is the board feels they work well together in the meeting characterized by respect and productive dialogue, even when members hold different perspectives. I believe that feedback appears to reflect the board professional development work the group has engaged in with Drew Harwick over the years and the amount of time you spent doing those things, and getting together and doing like the WSB convention, spending time together and
yeah.
building those relationships. So there can be more discussion on that. I don't know if we have to spend any more time on that. But the other part of this, typically in January, we also look at our collective commitments. I don't think we have to read through them. They're here in every single meeting. We have them.
I don't think we need to change any of them.
I was gonna say, I
And-
think that's kind of why we're doing so well. Is
Yeah.
because of the
We
collective
have collective commitment.
So typically at January and July, we move to reaffirm our pledge to continue to utilize and hold ourselves accountable to the School District Lodi Board of Education collective commitments. It's up to the board if they want to do that or not.
I will make a motion to reaffirm our pledge to continue to utilize and hold ourselves accountable to the School District of Lodi Board of Education collective commitments.
And I'll second.
Motion by Sarah Ramish, second by Adam. Any more discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes 4-0. And our state convention.
I feel I should let Heather take this one. Just a reminder to the community, the State Education Convention in Milwaukee is not this week, but next week. The following board members are planning on attending: Heather Barron, Terry Haig, Sarah Ramish, Adam Steinberg, Sarah Ripp, and Teresa Valencia. The school district of Lodi will also be presenting at the State Education Conference. Tyler Potter, Matthew Horan, and myself will be presenting on building a district-wide STEAM program that works. That session will be on Wednesday, January 21st at 1:30, so I'm very thankful for Matthew and Tyler lending their expertise and sharing that with people across the state.
Here to support you.
Yeah,
Yes.
right?
We're always so proud when you guys do
Yes,
that.
we sit
Like,
up
yeah,
front.
this is our district.
And,
We sit up front.
but and,
And so we also have a board member who's
Yeah.
presenting. So Sarah Ripp, in her professional life, will be moderating an educator panel on the topic of using AI in the classroom. Her session is titled AI in the Classroom, Ethical Frontiers and Practical Implications. That session will be on Wednesday, January 21st at 8 a.m. So congratulations, Sarah.
yeah,
who,
absolutely.
Could not be here tonight.
I was at the last spring for my professional in health information, was at the Wisconsin Health Information Management Association State Conference.
It's a really
And-
catchy title.
Yeah, WAHIMA. AI was a big part of that. There were several sessions about AI. and,
AI is part of
it's-
everything now.
It's, yeah, it's coming everywhere.
I think it's good.
Good, bad, or
It is.
otherwise. I mean, there's good things, there's, you know.
Yeah.
It's a crucial part of like the upcoming generation and like
It is?
because we are also we're growing up with all of our devices and AI around
Right.
us. Like you can already see it trickling in some of like the I know in some of the history classes, like it's a educational AI. Like
Yeah.
they give you feedback on your
Right.
writing and stuff, but just learning how to use that correctly as a student perspective. When I need assistance and like I'm sitting at home, like I have no idea how to do this, but
Right?
how to use AI responsibly
Right.
Yeah,
and not just
Right.
rely on it to survive. So.
Right.
yeah.
Well, like I said earlier, I mean, I use it, you know, if this is what I want to say, but I don't want to say it in my Gen X matter of fact, in your face way. Help me soften it up, clean it up, to
Yeah.
kind of,
And I
You know.
really like AI because I enjoy the dancing squirrels with tutus. And I know it's AI, but it's so much fun. I have a good time.
There you go.
Well, it makes me feel stupid sometimes because I send a video and my kids say, "Mom, that is not real. How can you not know that?" That's why I don't like it. I'm just kidding. No, it's good. We need to keep talking about it for sure.
We will, absolutely.
And our school board election update.
Yeah, so there are two seats up for election this April. For the School District Board of Education, Sarah Ramish and Adam Steinberg are at the end of their term, and their seats are up for election. They have both decided to run again for another term on the board. We're running unopposed, so we were very thrilled to have Sarah and Adam's willingness to serve the students, staff, and community. It's like we're thrilled anytime anybody runs for the Board of Education. It's quite a commitment, so thank you both for running. And the spring election is scheduled to be on Tuesday, April 7th. So, good luck.
Awesome.
No primary.
Thank
I
you,
know
guys.
Mo's probably excited about that.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Easiest election I've ever had in this position. Thank you for taking me out that.
Oh,
last
it's a
year.
retirement present.
Yeah. And we do not have any policy reviews.
Nope, next month we will though.
Next month.
Yeah.
This is pretty awesome. We have lots of gifts and donations.
Yes.
Lots and lots and lots here, I'll read them off. So
Yep.
I'll make a motion to accept with great gratitude a donation of $5,000 from Ryan Education Ed Rack Hydroponic Gardens. So did sixth grade actually go to the place, Derek?
Say it again?
Did Michelle take kids to that place where they make it?
No, they came into.
Oh, they came in and.
Yeah, they
and
came
did the
into
whole thing.
the blended egg class and they
Okay.
assembled it all together.
Wow, that's amazing.
That
Okay.
thing is
That's really
amazing.
cool.
It's huge. I have a little bitty one at home like this, and I put all my little, and I'm waiting for my basil. You know, that's just such an amazing thing.
For my basil.
I am, I'm waiting.
And
for
then
my
another
basil.
donation of $500 from Wisconsin Farm Bureau for the ag in the classroom for the purchase of hardware and materials for Aldo Leopold type benches for the school forest.
Awesome, that's
And then another donation of $1,000 from B. Schultz Insurance to Lodi Crew And then another donation of $750 from First Presbyterian Church for food service for students in need.
Nice.
Awesome.
Thank you, all of them.
Do we need?
Yeah.
Oh, I'll second that then.
Okay.
Sorry.
Motion by Adam, second by Sarah Ramish. Any more discussion? Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion passes 4-0. And we have our committee reports. CISA 5,
We talked about
resolutions.
the resolutions. And then we talked about the resolutions.
That was
And then we
always
talked about the
nice when I
resolutions.
was on CISA 5. I loved how you could just get more discussion off of that, because
Right.
sometimes reading it, you're like, I don't know what they're saying. So that was always nice to hear different perspectives. Our co-curricular items,
I will do that.
Okay,
I will
thank
fill in for the other Sarah.
Okay.
Girls wrestling, the girls wrestling team competed in their first tournament of the year on December 6th with Zoe Licht taking first place with 2 pins. The team traveled to the Dells tournament on December 13th with Zoe walking away as consolation champion. The girls will compete at home on Friday, January 30th as part of the home JV and girls wrestling competition. Boys wrestling, the boys wrestling team has had an exciting last few weeks of competition. On January 8th, the team went 4-0 to win the Capital North Dual Championships. Lodi defeated Waupun, Lake Mills, Lakeside Lutheran, and Sugar River to clinch the championship. On Friday, the team traveled to the Duffy in Port Washington. The team took 3rd place out of 13 teams with Noah Allen, Aiden Zatani, and Bryce Ballwig winning 1st place in their respective weight classes. I think that was just posted on Facebook too, either today or yesterday. I saw something on that. The boys basketball team is off to a 7-2 start with a conference record of 0-1. After dropping their season opener, the team went on an incredible 7-game winning streak, including a hard-fought 67-60 victory at home over Cambridge. They opened conference play this past Friday at home with a tough loss against Columbus. The team will host Beloit Turner tonight and will resume conference play on Friday, taking on Lakeside Lutheran. The girls' basketball team is 2-9 with a conference record of 0-1. Wins have come against Adams Friendship and Wisconsin Heights. The team opened up conference play last Thursday against Lakeside Lutheran, where senior Taylor Reese scored her 1,000th point. That is amazing.
Wow,
That's a lot.
Awesome.
The team travels to Lake Mills tonight and returns home this Friday night against Waupun. And for boys hockey, the Norski Co-op hockey team is 2-6 with a conference record of 1-3. The hockey team got its first conference win this past week with a 5-1 victory over Beaver Dam at home. The team will play Wanakee tomorrow night in DeForest and will host McFarland this Thursday.
And they're gonna get another one in DeForest because Pep Band will be there.
That's right.
I love the pep band.
Thursday
I
night.
miss
Saturday,
that.
Thursday night, the pep band
There's
goes
going to
on.
wrestling,
Hunter
going to
Friday
hockey
night at
and Friday.
For the basketball game?
Yeah.
Another pep band.
That band is the best environment. I
Pep
love it.
band is the best, honestly. It's so much fun.
So it's a home basketball this Friday night and the following Friday night. Wow,
Nice.
because the next one is Rock the Gym.
Right.
Yep.
At Rock the Gym, you'll have the choir singing the anthem.
Oh,
along with
nice.
Pep band for,
Oh,
I
cool.
think, both basketball games.
Oh,
Yeah,
awesome. Thank you. OSC.
all right. So, on December 17th, the OSC board met at Mary Klein's home, and the meeting consisted of the OSC update. Mr. Schooneman shared information about the magnetic literacy. January 7th, staff will have a training and start date will be determined for magnetic literacy. Successful food drive for Reach Out Lodi. How much did they make, Eric? They made a lot.
I don't know how much money, but we had 3 vehicles.
Yeah, 3 vehicles full of stuff that got, thank you, Mr. Ribel took them over, right, Mr. Ribel? Okay, gearing up for winter assessments. WIN round 2 will end with WIN round 3 and will start at the end of January. Reminders of student supports happened, and the members of the LHS mock trial team were there to help welcome students back from winter break. OSC open house for 2nd grade families is on Tuesday, February 3rd. That just seems amazing that there's an open house already for second. It's like, oh my gosh, where's the school year going?
Yeah.
OSC fundraising received $500 from Wisconsin Ag in the classroom for bug kits. And then there's an adult trivia night, put this on your calendars, Friday, February 6th at the Waddle Inn, event from 5 to 9
I'm
p.m.
already signed up.
Oh, you are?
Yep.
I was just gonna show up,
Sign
do
up,
I
the
have to
winner's over
sign
there.
up? Discuss the plan, promotion, and help that is needed, yeah, I love trivia.
Did you get your costume together?
We have to dress up?
No,
Oh,
you don't have to
don't
dress.
scare me.
You don't have to dress.
No, I'm gonna do
You
it with
could
my
if you want
family.
to.
My family.
Lights trivia?
Older brother said, "You're signing up with me." I said,
Well,
"Okay."
That's all,
Tell him
that's
he's
all I
gotta
got.
dress up.
So I'm gonna have to
part
get a
of it.
team, huh? Okay. Anyway, all is welcome. That's
You're
it.
just telling me that, so I'm the only one coming.
That would be really funny.
Yeah, you going?
No, I'm not going.
You scared?
Yes,
Yeah, you're just scared.
You'd probably be really good
You're
too,
just
Adam.
scared.
Take
All the
Emily.
No,
trivia.
I'm gonna take some high school kids. That's my team. I can't go without it.
Miss Tenbarge and, yeah, right?
Yeah,
Bring a ringer in.
I might make
Yeah, Miss
granddaughter
Tenbarge and Emily Tenbarge.
drag her along. All right, that's it for me.
Oh, that's it? Perfect. Sorry.
I'm done.
I got distracted by,
Costume.
Trivia
Yes.
and costumes.
now I'm scared. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, our board committee reports, personnel. Who is our, yeah,
I could do it if you want. I was there. I
okay.
remember.
Okay,
Um,
you remember?
We talked about the update with the insurance, so I'm on the insurance committee. Met about every month, right? About every month or so.
Recently it has,
Yeah.
yeah.
Trying to figure out what to do with insurance, and it's for insurance next year,
Okay.
next fall. We'll be getting our
Ducks in a row.
ducks in a row.
Next
We'll
fall
be
for the
getting our
following year,
renewal
for 20,
increase.
yeah,
Renewal will come
the
in
renewal
March.
for
and then we'll just-
2027.
And then we'll decide if we're gonna go to bid or not,
Okay,
depending based on that renewal.
okay.
So Vince brought us up to speed on that. The co-curricular payments, so how much our co-curricular advisors and coaches get paid has been around the world many times. And so Jason has taken on a project of trying to figure out, are they paid comparable to other districts in the area and what should that be and all that. And so he's working on that.
Around the world.
We hold, the board meets with staff on, 3 times a year. 3 times a year? 4 times a year. And so we had one of those, and Vince shared all the questions that came in and the people that were there. And then we had a discussion about the referendum and how that's gonna go forward. Lots of discussions about referendums these days. And that was all we talked about.
Perfect, thank you.
Might
for
as
that
well keep
update.
going.
Facility and finance.
Yeah, curriculum has not met or policy, so yeah,
Yeah.
facility and finance will be our last.
Elementary school, OSC and district office are getting cabling updates as was in the consent agenda. We joke, even Shannon from CLA jokes about how boring financial audits are. They're not boring, are they, Jason? Come on. There's a lot of work for you guys. You guys did a lot of work. Oh, and at CISA, I got to hear a second audit of CISA too, by the same company. So we heard the presentation about our audit at the school district, and everything was perfect, and everything was great, and so, anything to worry about there. Jason is looking at going out to bid for property liability insurance, and so he brought us up to speed on all that he's doing. And then we talked about the solar project and the community survey, which we talked about, both of those things. And we talked about the referendum. I think that's gonna be on those committee
Yeah.
agendas
Right.
going
Yeah.
forward. Every time.
Thank you for all the updates.
Yep.
All right, our future meetings and agenda items. Our next regular school board meeting will be Monday, February 9th, starting at 5:30 with close, 6:30 at open. Next week, state convention, January 21st, the 23rd. Board administration, our board and administration retreat will be Monday, January 26th at 5:30.
And that's at the library, right?
Yeah.
High school?
High school, yeah,
Yeah.
okay. And our curriculum committee will be on Wednesday, January 28th
Yeah.
at 4:30, followed by policy, same day at 6 o'clock. Our personnel will be Tuesday, February 3rd at 4:30, followed by facility and finance at 6 o'clock. and we do not need to go back into closed, I believe.
I will make a motion to adjourn.
Motion by Sarah,
Second.
second by Terry. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes 4-0. We are done.
I have the retreat.